Well, the promised day has finally come. We have caught up on the illustrious manga series, Vinland Saga. You never thought the day would come. We've been promising it for literally months. But now I have read from where I left off. I think I had read this chapter when it had come out, 177. But now I've read all the way up to 185. Now, Bacon tells me there's not going to be a chapter this month. Because if I remember correctly, Vinland Saga chapters usually came out my time on the 26th. Currently recording and streaming Chat Say Hello on the 24th, as you can see in the fucking corner. So it looks like we're going to be caught up for like a whole month. So isn't that fun? How many chapters do we have left, by the way? He said like 50, like a year ago or something now, right? Seems about right. But anyway. Is chat introducing itself? YouTube/Bacon. Pointing up. There you go. We have around till 214. What the fuck are we going to do for 30 more chapters? It feels like we could be winding down for a second. That might actually inform the things I want to talk about later. Now, I was just telling chat this, but I kind of want to go with some grander concepts rather than like piece by piece, because these chapters aren't very eventful in the sense of like we got to talk about these certain things. A lot of it is like it's not really civilization building. I likened it to Minecraft in my mind of like you got to set this shit up and you got to set this shit up. It's like the first like 20 days of a Minecraft Let's Play or the actual fun stuff. And it's really cool. I really enjoyed my time reading through these chapters. They were comfy and great, and I liked them a lot. Now, I guess a lot of people probably don't like them for that exact reason, but that's going to be the wider thing I want to talk about. Should we go through all the notes I made on Twitter where I just highlight some cool art things? This shouldn't take too long to go through, so we probably will go through the Twitter thread of my notes first. Just an overview. I like it a lot. I like the comedy. Getting reintroduced to that was awesome. I know that's another thing people don't like about Vinland Saga. Hild is growing on me every day. I liked her a lot in these chapters. I liked Bug Eyes a lot. I think I say on this Twitter thread that Bug Eyes was the chapter of the catch-up. Thorfinn was fun. Gudrid was fun. Aina was Aina, I guess. Who else? Who else is in Vinland Saga? They're all good. They're all having fun. They're all hanging out. The natives seem cool. We'll talk about all that. Dr. Stoneark, okay, I'll leave. I did think about it as Dr. Stone a lot. I did liken it to that in my head, but yeah. Sup, kill some natives. Disavow, whatever Bacon just said. I'm here, the stream is saved. Dora Loop. I think that's a new name in chat, is here. Thank goodness, yeesh. Chapters are good, the calm before the storm probably. We'll talk about that in a second. People have been happy with these chapters a lot. Well, there you go. At least on Reddit it seems that way. Or on it, the worst place on earth likes them, so maybe they are bad after all. But here we go. Oh no, Vinland Saga catch-up notes thread. Oh no, starting at chapter 177, which I'm pretty sure is where I last left off, and continuing until we catch up. Oh no. 9 likes on this tweet. How many viewers we got in chat? 7. The Vinland Saga people didn't turn out. We'll see how they turn out in numbers on the YouTube channel. I thought the Ava people would turn out, because this is on the second channel, of course. I'll probably make a community post about them being on the second channel, but those don't seem to get spread around as much. But anyway. Non-scripted videos don't go on the main channel anymore, except for that one tier list we did that one time. Bug Eyes comedy with the gold-digging girlfriend and his bit about righteousness having left the world as golden comedy. He's a good character. I know Bug Eyes gets shit on a lot because people are stupid, but this stuff was all great. The Gudrid stuff is interesting. I have a BreadTube comment later. Remind me to bring up Gudrid when we talk about the BreadTube tweet that I made. The extreme close-up here of them, like, potentially fighting is cool. The ship design is cool. It's very clear that a lot of the actions in these chapters is very mundane and doesn't lend itself to a lot of artistic flexing. So Yukimura does it in these abstract ways. These are literal ways, but later, and even in the chapters before this, he would do it in abstract ways, and it's really fucking cool. I like it a lot. Vinland Saga's aesthetic is, like, real good. But Bug Eyes getting dropped off. I love the facials. Everything's great. God, I still remember the fucking... They have one of these, but it's people warring. It was in one of the chapters right before this one. God, it was so good. But the comedy here is really good. A land without gambling debt. So good. And then his girlfriend over here has got big bags of money in her hands, and he's telling her to wait up. She's a good girl. He doesn't want to face the realities. It's all great. Carly and Carly's mom over here hanging out. Good stuff. Oh yeah, I think I skipped over the righteousness one. I think it's where is it? I know it's at the end. There's no place for righteousness in this world, isn't that right? Good stuff. Bug Eyes, we gotta love him. Bug Eyes, you know what I meant, loser. I must have spelled it wrong. By Eyes. Well, that's embarrassing. I remember you know what I meant, loser. We were doing cool abstract pages as I left off, and this is another one that looks great. Also, a callback to some of the imagery from the beginning of the series. And like chapter 2 or 3, no, it probably is like chapter 2 or 3. There's a shot of Jormund, or whatever it's called, this crazy fucking snake thingy that stops you from traveling or whatever in Vinland Saga, in North's lore. He looked cool then, he looks cool now. I don't know if we want to scroll... I don't know if we want to risk. It's cute how like the tail wraps around the whole world and comes back on the other side. Should pay more attention to these things when I see him for the first time. But what was I saying? I don't know if we want to scroll through things specifically because we could get fucked. It is only the second channel we're risking, but still. There's more cool imagery shit as they're heading out across the sea and they're all scared of what's beneath the depths. This thing looks like a very specific Berserk apostle. I think it's in the Eclipse where they're like showing the faces through the thing. But I'm sure it's a reference to something before Berserk. I don't want to be one of those people who thinks Berserk invented fucking reality in Norse mythology, but some creepy shit going on here. These brain fucking veins here, that's some creepy shit. But yeah, this whole chapter was cool. I think this is still from the same chapter where I actually remembered people tweeting about this when it first happened, but the highlight comedy here was good. Firstly saying the world's round, dumb fuck, and then Carly like blowing her mind with absolute amazing to understand this hypothesis. Those aren't the smarts of a regular person. It actually dives into something that I think deeper thematically that's being hinted at here about how Hyld is very educated, and if she turns away from vengeance, she can help educate the like Carly and the next generation of Vinland settlers so they can advance technology in all these sorts of ways. It's all playing into everything. It's cool as fuck. But her like freaking out. Good moment. Bug Eye seeing the Loch Ness Monster was also based. Yeah, I love the ambiguity there where it's like, does the Loch Ness Monster exist in Vinland Saga? I could see if that leaked on Reddit beforehand, people being like, if Vinland Saga's jumped the shark, it's terrible now or something. Maybe that was just the Attack on Titan people that would freak out and think anything slightly abstract would happen. I did think this was cool that they're just like, and then they landed on the North American continent. And I was like, oh shit, they landed. And I could see people also complaining about that being anticlimactic in the weeks and months ahead of waiting for the next chapter. But it turns out they did reach the North American continent, but they didn't literally reach Vinland. Them reaching Vinland isn't the last panel of the series. I don't think anybody was under the assumption it would be, but I like that it's like still something they have to work towards afterwards. It seems like they have not landed on Vinland just yet. I'm sure people were complaining about that for a whole month. Thank God he didn't have to go through that. The fake out of them arriving in Vinland, this goes into what I was just talking about too. Them arriving in Vinland but also having to move because of the previous conflict with the tribe is great also. We are slowly making progress every chapter. We kind of get to Vinland, but we aren't close to achieving Thorfinn's goal. It's great. Let me check chat real quick. Bacon said 100 plus views. I had to check the view count for a second. He was lying. We'll have to get the context when we go back through this. 100 plus views. Now there's 8. Oh, viewers? Okay. I doubt you'll get more. Chapters are good as fuck. The artists are good. XD, yep, Yukimura flexes in every background. Bless you. This page made everybody go, oh my god, berserk. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Dark Ages, infant smarter than adults today, yes. Anne is here. A bunch of stuff in that title. We already talked about everything in the title except for Vinland Saga, though we will be doing interesting stuff after this because I know Anne, I don't think, has seen any Vinland Saga. So, thanks, Bacon. I really appreciate it. What's this Anne Twitter thread I'm hearing about? Also, it looks like it just won't end. Nice, XD. Well, I'm out of the loop on this, but there we go. Fucking sick, bro. Yeah, Crazy Thorfinn over here was pretty cool. This art thing, the aesthetic here. Remember that one panel where I forget the dude's name because what's his name? Oh no, I'm forgetting his name too. Garm just kills him. The one dude that's like leading the resistance against Floki of the Joms Vikings. When he tells Thorfinn that Floki is the one responsible for Thor's death, and Thorfinn has like, it's like this one art panel where Thorfinn like realizes this and remembers something. I remember the art from that page being like my favorite Vinland Saga page. I can't really describe it because it's just, this kind of reminded me of that. Cool, weird aesthetics and art styles he goes for. I love them. The Arnie stuff was cool. Obviously, big fan of Arnie. Made a whole video about it if you didn't know. Terribly titled, Bacon edited. Everybody should go watch that video. This Arnie thing was cool. Didn't really hit me emotionally at all, really. But I don't know, it's kind of cool. Everybody slowly like being, oh, she's beautiful, and every day, and now their name is Arnie Village or whatever. That's all a cool, really cool callback. Here we got the breadtube discussion. There's a breadtube video in here somewhere about Eurocentrism and Vinland Saga liking Western civilization too much by having this enlightened society overlooked by a Greek statue. If I was a hacker, that'd sure be a fun video to spin. Does Vinland Saga have fascist leanings? There's like a growing thing in like right-leaning communities, especially alt-right-leaning communities, where like they idolize like the Greeks as the start of Western civilization or whatever, and how they invented everything that's good and we should return to being like the Greeks or whatever the fuck. A lot of them have like Greek statues as their Twitter avatars or whatever the fuck. So I could see a breadtube attack on Vinland Saga being that like the only enlightened village in the world is overlooked by a Greek statue that they all marvel every day and pray to every day because it's so great and it enlightened the world and that Western values are the best or whatever. The fact that this is written by a Japanese author would almost immediately disqualify that, but that hasn't stopped breadtubers unironically from taking the Eurocentrist like view on Attack on Titan and other things like that while trying to pay lip service to this one general that apparently has done some bad things that Pixis is based off of. That apparently isn't even true anyway, but... and I also wanted to bring up the Gudrid thing in this regard about how Gudrid... there's a trope in fiction that I don't... seems to be generally true in real life, but it's kind of a sexist thing, because it should be true for both genders, but it seems to mostly be depicted with women about after getting laid, they like calm down a lot. Which is what kind of happened with Gudrid in Vinland Saga, where she was like this, she seemed to be shaping as like this feminist character who didn't want to exist in gender roles or anything like that. And then she got laid and then is now fitting back into those gender roles with Thorfinn, and she's in love with Thorfinn and everything's about Thorfinn with her. It's fine in and of himself. The general trope is kind of weird. Because it should generally probably be that teenagers are just really shitty and, like, angsty until they get laid, and then they calm down a little bit. But that could factor into this video about Vinland Saga harmful portrayal of women or something. Don't people say that all the women in Vinland Saga look the same too? Didn't Bacon say that in a video? People say that about Oda in One Piece too. You can throw that in there. We could make this breadtube video, again, if we were hacks. Look for it in the future if Vinland Saga ever gets as popular as Attack on Titan. Would be fun. I'll check in on chat after that. Just another A&R shit. Someone says A&R, I'm like, Annie Bertolt Reiner? I forget what A&R means. Nothing too interesting. Vang, that was his name. We'll probably have that page saved. I've been downloading over 55 images, for God's sake. Is this what producing content feels like? The worst part about making videos is collecting images. It truly is. The trick with this was I just literally used the scissor cutting tool and then copied and pasted into Twitter. That's why all these images look bad. But fuck you, we don't need the Twitter thread images to look good. We need the fucking video images to look good. And I'm not waifooing every one of these fucking images for a Twitter thread. I hate writing. I love writing. What did the Greeks have to do with fascism? Oh, I think I explained that. I don't think that's what Yukimura is saying at all. Of course not. Yeah, I'm a link it now. He has fallen into the trope of making natives look uncivilized. I thought they might be going that way, but I don't have like that reading at all. This is exactly the fucking image. McAfee, fuck you. But yes, I did see it for a second there. That's exactly the image I was talking about. It's so cool. Hold on. I feel like the next page is also part of what I'm remembering, where there's like memories on it of like, oh, here we go. Just, god damn it, whatever. It's not going to show because of this. Oh, did it give me an option? It said go back or something else. It's probably just more details or something. Visit anyway. There we go. Avenge Thor's death, Thorfinn. Look at this shit. Fucking sick. Back when Vinland Saga was cool, guys. Is that a trope? I've never heard of it before. Actually, I thought they might be doing that, and then we went and we hung out with the natives, and they were acting like normal Vinland Saga people with the facial expressions and everything. They seemed like identical to like every group we had seen before. So I thought he had avoided that trope. You spent a whole chapter showing off. Maybe Bacon was saying this sarcastically. Wait, let me read Bacon. He hasn't fallen into the trap. There we go. So I was countering a Bacon thing he didn't even say. He spent the whole chapter showing off the culture. Not even going to try and say that one. Kyle, I could give you a list from some criticizing Vinland Saga's depictions of women from a breadtree perspective. Yeah, there we go. So if you want to make that video XD, Kyle said he hasn't. I said hasn't. I got there eventually. Point should have been made anyway. Bug Eyes Loki, character of the ketchup, he's picking his nose as the thing goes on. What a king. Give him his wife back. He deserves her. Gift giving, maybe gift giving isn't always immoral. Cracking my foundations one step at a time. Never mind, King Thorfinn says gift giving is dumb. At least if you want to understand someone properly, God, what a king. Look at him. Look at this chiseled jawline. And these fucking sexy, scarred up hands. But we had a big meme stream one time about gift giving being immoral. And everyone in chat agreed with me because truly they were poggers. No, I think only Anne agreed with me. But this was like nice. They didn't wait around. They left before opening the gift, which is the correct way to gift give. But then Thorfinn's like, they'll never understand each other if they're just buying gifts for each other. And he points at both directions. God. Trade. How good. Oh no, the second worst word in the English language behind. I'm not even going to say it out loud. But misses. This is an Australian thing. People say with the misses or whatever all the time. And it makes me want to punch people. I hate it so much. But true based, got 4 likes, should have 100 likes. It's very much an Australian reference. That's why I messaged Miller about it. Miller said it was okay and he didn't have a problem with it. Which is fucking disgusting. But this imagery was cool too. The little girl is having visions and we seem to be stirring up some trouble. And just like that, we've caught up. So that's all the notes I had from the Twitter thread. I guess we could go to the last chapter. Maybe speculate on things moving forward. I did click record, right? Yeah, okay, good. Hold on, let me just fucking fix chat here. Chat on pause 14 new messages. Got some colored panels here. Oh no, disgusting. Get that anime off my fucking screen. They got wheels to play games. That was fun. Let me look. Only for Pokemon Uwu. That Thorfinn drawing is so good. No, Carl, keep your stance. Gift giving is indeed immoral. True. Don't worry, we backtracked immediately. How can you make hands look so good? We do it in the UK as well. I don't know if you do it the same way. I feel like I've heard UK people say it, but I feel like in Australia it's like every single fucking beard-reeking goddamn bogan says it this way. I can't read. Is it Mrs.? No, it's like Mrs. with a U instead of an E at the end. Some people in Australia even say Miss O now because it's become such like a meme trope. Oh, I hate it all. I generally don't like nicknames at all. At least for girls, weirdly. Like, I don't like babe or anything like that either. Just the actual real name. Not even a short name, but like their real full name. No, not like the whole name, just the first name. I will always say that. I think everything else is kind of cringe. But it's just another weird Carl Kirk. Quirk, I guess. Yeah, like Mrs. Then yeah, I agree. It's a fucking bad word. There. And always agreeing. I like you, Bacon Lamau ship. This feeling is mutual. Nah, Carl X Bacon remains my favorite one. Little weird. Natives gonna make rituals and stuff. Hot. Indeed. That is true. My Aussie maths teacher said it too. It sounds a lot more common in Aussie land. What about honey? No, I don't like any of them. I legit like baby, babe, honey. Love is kind of okay. I feel like that's more of an Australian thing too. Though I hear British people say it, but the frequency of its use, I don't know, that's something my aunties would always say to like everybody though. So I kind of say it to everybody. But it's always kind of slightly demeaning when you're like, love, go get me that or something. Maybe that one's okay, but the rest of them are bad. Kyle, why do I almost agree when it comes to words? I don't know. Okay, honey is okay. Honey is weird. Honey's like you're talking to your like daughter. Dear? No, dear is like you're 55 and you're sipping tea. Any more dreams, Kyle? A million. We can talk about them afterwards though. Partner? Dear is also a good one. I don't know, dear's kind of weird. But anyway, what were we talking about? Vinland Saga. Oh, the big topic. If Vinland Saga was to continue like this and just end being slice of life, fun, Dr. Stone / Minecraft creation memes, I feel like it would be awesome. And I feel like people would hate it and it would need defending. Because we even had this conversation in chat almost before where it was like, this is like the calm before the storm. What if the storm never comes and they just figure things out with the native people and the dude with the sword eventually is convinced and he throws the sword into the sea just like Thor's or whatever. Now, I know in real life that this ends because of disease, basically. The natives and the Nordish begin to get along, then disease spreads, which they've already brought up as sort of a hint for that to be called back to if they want to. And then war breaks out because they accuse each other of making each other sick or something, and then Thorfinn flees back to Iceland. Now, Yukimura, I don't see him doing that, but I could see the twist being that, I don't know, I feel like he's so ingrained into this pacifist message of it like working in the end, especially when everything's set up, but it could just be a brilliant setup for the ultimate subversion at the end of everybody dies, Gudrid and Carly get killed and Thorfinn has to go back and dies sulking in Iceland, called back to a war while he's still young enough to fight or something. I don't see that being the way this goes. I don't know. Hild would have to die somehow so she doesn't kill Thorfinn. Though Thorfinn might not kill anybody. That's a version. I guess it would be fun. There's no rules to how to do this. Any possible ending could be good. I would almost prefer if it was just like meme, fun bullshit for the rest. Because it's kind of like dragging out a fun, peaceful epilogue over an entire arc. And I kind of love that as like a subversion in its own right. Of like, just have the whole last arc be everybody lives happily ever after. And there's some antagonism, maybe from the tribes, maybe from the dude with the sword. From just the elements of having to build a farm like this. But like, why do we need a central conflict for something that's essentially an epilogue kind of thing? Now, that's probably not going to happen just because I don't really see an editor signing off on that, really. But I think it would be ballsy just from the direction of, like, why can't we just have an unwinding arc where everything settles down and the characters get to live happily ever after? I'm kind of in favor of it. I think it would be subversive in its own right. But I feel like there was another bigger topic to get into, because that's kind of all I had to say about old Vinland Saga on the catch-up. Yo, Carl, do you think this is going to happen? Will thematically, and for Thorfinn's character, hold on, we're getting linked an image here. Let me click. Sergeant. I still don't know how to rid the entire world of war, but as long as I can at least manage to build one little village, I'm going to create a place that does not need any swords, and there I hope to build a barrow to placate the souls of the dead. Oh, like a burial barrow. Like the Barrowlands or whatever in Game of Thrones. I guess? I don't know. Sure. Waifu dude, no waifu deserved to be purged in hell. People would hate it so much. Oh, waifu as a word. They would, yeah, the North give it cheese. The people would hate what so much? It's been so long that I don't even know what we're referring to. Waifu and husbando deserve the holiest of flames. And the cheese doesn't agree with the native stomachs. Don't forget the rat on the boat. Yes, the rat on the boat. Not the ultimate subversion. Again, subversion has traumatized me so far. Subversion can be good or bad. In before, thank God Berserk never ended because it would have been ruined like Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga. Yes. You mean it ends with them discovering aliens coming to Earth, confirming the legends about the Sky Ones? I don't know what Anne's talking about. Wasn't the prologue the editor's idea? I have no idea. Hello, overseas sexy guys. Only here for Pokemon is saying. Vinland Saga was going to start Thorfinn as a slave, I think. Now Yukimura wanted to start off the manga with the farm arc with Thorfinn as a kid/teen being a slave, but the editor told him that it wouldn't work. And then we got the prologue. That's it. Well, I don't know much of the creation myths behind the Vinland Saga itself. Don't know a lot about any creation myths, really. But we got corn here, looking sexy. Anything else happening this time? Maple syrup, isn't that fun? They're playing together. All seems to be well. These guys, I was certain they were going to come back and it was going to be like somebody slaughtered the entire other settlement because no characters were there. So I was sure that this dude was going to come back and say, bad news, everybody's fucking dead. Some native tribe got him or something. And now they're coming this way. They hate Leaf and they heard his name said once or twice or something like that. Going back to the bread tube thing. I feel like there's two ways this could be portrayed, as like Lamau unsecular idiots trying to ruin a good thing from dreams or whatever, or if we're going to treat this seriously. Because you could see one being like, one group being like, yeah, killing people because a dream told you to do it because the sun in the trees or something stupid like that. That's kind of dumb, but I could see other people being like, that's kind of disrespectful of the natives' culture. And that could be bad. So this portrayal could go either way and could be added to our BreadTube video. The cool page I was talking about. So we'll see how that happens, but there. This series will be on hiatus next issue due to performing research. What are we Gross. What are we researching out here, Does anybody have anything else to say for Vinland Saga before we end the video? And we'll continue on streaming, though. We got videos to script and other things like that. We've only been going 52 minutes. This might not have even been half an hour yet. That sad creation myths is the coolest one. Aina better get a hot native GF or boyfriend. I was thinking that like an intermarriage or something would be cool. Cuff, Vinland Saga is drawn. Cuff, same vein. Punk is I have no idea what we're talking about. Sheesh, 11 viewers. We do have 11 viewers now. Einar is musty. Yeah, I could imagine it, though. Einar is hot. What else did I miss up here in chat? What would be interesting, so, with the Farmland arc being the first arc? I read that one. Or Bacon, we're doing emotes at each other. Why are there two people named only here for in chat? What's going on here? I wonder why, Anne. Emote's portrayal of religion and mythicism have been good so far, in my opinion. I told you, Carl, the aliens, it's coming true. I got to end the manga with something dramatic. Well, that's chat caught up. 12 viewers now. Does anybody have anything else to say on Vinland Saga? Anything we didn't cover that needs covering? Oh no, season 2. Let's not cover that. I don't know what else to say. Anybody got anything else to say? This is your last chance, chat. If I forget something, somebody can say something in the comments. Canute? I don't know if we need to see this Canute fella anymore. We did see him for 1 second. There was a cool speech Thorfinn gave around a fire that was about hating war but loving war in certain regards, or Canute still hating war. Even though he perpetrates the most war in the world or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Carl's sarcasm doesn't work on me, so I guess we were being sarcastic, right? I don't know what we were being sarcastic about, but probably. Canute, the panel. Ivar's discussion with Thorfinn. I have not read Vinland Saga, so I have nothing to say. Well, Mr. R, we're nearly done here, and then we've got fun things to do after the fact. We did just talk about an Innuendo Studios video, Mr. R. I don't know if you saw the one that came out today. But we talked about that a little bit. We could talk about it more afterwards. But we're just wrapping up Vinland Saga here. Looking forward to season 2. Deep Vibes is now here. You know you were a huge fan of season 1, so I imagine you share my excitement, certainly. Most likely. What's the baby's name? I forget. Carly. You can still shitpost in chat. Isn't pretty gut? I have no idea what Bacon's saying. This is some Brit speak that I disavow. Carly lol. Season 2 going to divide the fans. I'm curious what you think about the decision of the Shandians in Skype here, that if you relate to your breadtube point. Interesting. There's definitely a One Piece breadtube video we can make. God damn it, these breadtubers need to hire me. I write these shitty fucking scripts. Gut equal good. Disgusting. Next time you say that in chat, you'll be banned. I think that's it. I think we've said everything about Vinland Saga. We're caught up. Hopefully somebody will remind me every time a chapter comes out and I won't get so behind. Though reading these month to month probably isn't as enjoyable as reading them all in one go like I did now. I don't know what my direction for this series will be moving forward. It's the only thing I'm actively well, that's not true, Chief. Berserk coming out soon. Chapter 340, 364, 354. I don't remember what number we're quite at. I think it ends in a 4, starts with a 3. That's coming back. So, Chainsaw Man Part 2, anybody? When's that coming out? Reading that weekly seems like hell too. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, we've caught up. All future Vinland Saga unscripted current content will be on this channel. I don't really have any scripted Vinland Saga videos planned at all. So most of the Vinland Saga content will be on the secondary ENT channel that you're on right now. So you better subscribe. Haha. See how I worked that in? God, I'm a genius. Anyway, I think that's it. Vinland Saga's fun. We'll continue uncovering it on this channel. Support links in the description below. Thanks.